This question's to assess your understanding of energy conversions and also using something called dimensional analysis. I'll give you the 4 conversions anytime on a quiz or a test. I won't expect you to memorize them, but I do expect that you'll be able to use them. When you're given an equality, what I'd like you to think of in your head is that you can get 2 ratios from that equality. You can put one of them on top. So in this case, I'm showing one of the ratios, and the other ratio that you can get is the exact same values, except for now you put 1 calorie on top, and then the other value, 4.184 joules, on bottom. So those are the 2 equalities you can get, or the ratios you can get from one equality. So I'm going to do that for all of these. The 1,000 calories, and this is small calories. It's important to note that the C is small, and here the C is big. The other ratio is the same values, just flipped. We're going to use these 8 ratios to be able to solve these problems down below. I'm now on the 3rd equality. 1 big calorie is the same thing as a kilocalorie. And so we can write it 2 separate ways. The last one is kilojoules and joules. 1,000 joules is equal to a kilojoule. So 1 kilojoule is quite a bit more than a joule. And with these 8 cards, or fractions, we can solve all these problems. So I'm going to start with problem number 1. 800 calories. I'm going to write the given over 1 as a fraction. Now, the game that you're going to play is you're going to, whatever you have units wise on top, you're going to find something that has those units on bottom. So calories. This is small calories. So we have several possibilities that have small calories on bottom.
Sir, Mr. Warren brought up
the 2 that have calories on bottom, little calories on bottom, are right there. And we have to check to see what unit we're trying to get to. In this problem, we're trying to get to joules. So we're going to end up using the one that has joules on top. That ratio, we have to write exactly as it is shown up there. Those are the only 8 cards we can use. So we write 4.184 joules on top to 1 calorie. When we do that, calories is on top and bottom. They cancel out. So this becomes a math problem that looks like 800 times 4.184 over 1 times 1. So it's 3,347. So that's our answer in joules. The next problem starts out with 42 kilocalories on top. And so we're trying to find one of these cards that has kilocalories on bottom. The only one that does is right here. And so we're going to end up using that ratio of 1 big calorie is equal to 1 kilocalorie. But we're not trying to get to big calories. We would like to get to joules. So we're going to have to use at least one more ratio. And since kilocalories is canceled out, we're left with the units of calories. big calories. So we need to find a card that has big calories, or a ratio that has big calories on bottom, that will get us a little bit closer to the joules. So there's two possibilities, and this one and this one. And the one that we want to use is this one over here, because we're going to be then converting to joules on the next part. So 1 calorie over 1,000 small calories. Now we can use the card that converts us from calories to joules. That one, we put 4.184 joules on top and 1 small calorie on bottom. Now, looking at units, big calories cancels, little calories cancels. That means we're left with the units of joules. To get our answer, we take the numbers on top, which is 42 times 1 times 1,000 times 4.184, and then we divide by the numbers on the bottom. In this case, it's all ones, so 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is still going to be equal to 1. So our answer is going to be 42 times 1,000. 42 times 1,000 times 4.184. That gets us 175,728. So I'm going to go through and I will give you the answers to the rest. We have all those answers. Then the last question is, which one represents the most energy? Well, the one with the highest number represents the most energy, but you have to make sure they're all in the same units. If you look at the numbers, we have almost all of them written in joules, an example of it. And I'm highlighting those numbers. The only one that is not written in joules is the middle one, the 4.2 kilocalories, or 4,200 joules. So to write that in joules, we do a conversion again. So I'm going to start with 4,200 calories and then use the conversion of 1 small calorie is 4.184 joules. And multiply those two numbers by each other, and we'll get the amount of joules we have, which is 17,572. So we can compare those 6 numbers to each other, and it becomes quickly obvious that this one is the largest value. So it's 42 kilocalories represents the largest amount of energy out of all those values.